Welcome back, everyone. I watched an interesting video yesterday on how to use images you create as models for Adobe's Firefly AI image generator. So you can turn this penguin, for example, into this metallic version, or a 3D image of your name into something like this. The creator of the video did their images in Photoshop. Let me show you how I did it using Affinity Photo plus Adobe's Firefly. We'll try the name first. I'll go to Affinity Photo 2.5 and open up a new document. I'll set the image size to 2000 by 2000 pixels and then click Create. Then, I'll save this new document as 3D name. Creating a 3D text model is pretty easy in Affinity Photo. I'll start by going to the Artistic Text tool and dragging my cursor out onto the screen to size the text close to where I want it. Then, I'll choose a nice fat font like Impact and type in my name, which if you didn't know is Jeff. Next, I'll use the corner nodes to make my name a little bit bigger. Then, I'll highlight all the letters and go to the color wheel to turn them into a shade of gray. Really, just about any color but black should do. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is to click on the FX button at the bottom. Then I'll click on the 3D option, check the box and raise the slider up a bit to give the text some 3D shading. Then I'll make sure the layer is selected and I'll click the Enter key. This will bring up the Move Duplicate panel. I'll type one into the horizontal box and one into the vertical box. Then I'll check the duplicate box and I'll click the Insert Behind button, which is the button on the right by the words Insertion Mode. Then I'll click the Number of Copies drop down and raise the slider up until I get a nice 3D effect on my letters. Okay, to help reduce the file size, I like to group the text duplicates together and rasterize them. So I'll use the Move tool and drag a selection box over all the duplicates. I'll then right-click on them, scroll down to Group, then right-click again and scroll down to Rasterize to put all of the copies into a single pixel layer. Alright, at this point we can now export the image by going to File and then Export. You can export this as a JPG file or a PNG file. It doesn't really matter. Once that's done, I then went to adobe.firefly.com. If you don't have an account set up, they may ask you to do so at this point. But you don't need to be on the paid subscription to do this. Now, I'll type into the prompt bar, shiny gold bar sitting on a table with a dark and smoky background and beautiful lighting from above, and then click Generate. It's pretty quick to get 4 nice gold bar images. But we're not done. To the left, under Composition, there's a button to upload your image. I'll click that and then go to my file I just saved, select it and click Open. Then you can click Continue after you read the notice. Next, I'll raise up the strength slider in the left panel under the icon of my name. And then I'll change the prompt a bit by saying shiny gold text instead of bar. I'll click Generate again, and in just a few seconds, Firefly gives me these 4 nice 3D gold Jeffs sitting on tables with cool lighting. I like them all, but I'm going to pick the second to the left. If I hover above the image, I can see several options. You can copy a link to the image, copy it, or save it to your library. You can also click the Download button at the top right to download directly into your files. I'll choose that one and then go back to Affinity Photo and choose File, then Open, and then I'll select my newly downloaded name. There, that looks nice, but I can't do much with it with the Adobe Firefly label attached. So I'll just go to the Crop tool in the left-hand toolbar and I'll crop out the part I don't want. There, doesn't that look pretty cool? Alright, that was so much fun. I want to do another one. So I'll go back to File and New. The canvas is already set to 2000 by 2000 pixels from last time. So I'll go to File and then place to grab a cartoon penguin I downloaded from pixabay.com. Just search under penguin, you should be able to find it easily. I'll select the file and then use my place cursor to drag the little aquatic bird onto my canvas. Now, to make him appear to be sitting on a table or the ground, I'll go to the Shapes drop-down in the left-hand toolbar and choose a rectangle and draw it out onto my canvas. Then, I'll use the color wheel and change the color to a nice contrasting gray. I'll save this and then export it as a PNG file like I did before. Then, I'll go back to Adobe Firefly and type in shiny metal ball with reflective surface sitting on a white table with a dark background. It thinks for a few seconds and then spits out these nice shiny metal balls for me to choose from. Anyway, I'll click Upload Image like I did before and then choose my penguin image. Then, I'll change the prompt so that it reads shiny metal penguin with reflective surface sitting on a white table with a dark background with blue and green smoke in the air. Firefly takes the old prompt with the metal balls and the visual prompt we put together in Affinity Photo and creates this cool metallic penguin with blue and green smoke behind it. The image is pretty nice and looks a lot like my penguin image that I uploaded. All in all, I think this was pretty satisfying to use. I think I may use this little metal penguin in my next video. So, stay tuned for that one. Alright, that's about it for today. If you learned something and want to see more of this kind of content, please click those like and subscribe buttons. And, if you're feeling generous, this channel runs on caffeine. There's a link to buy me a cup of coffee in the descriptions. Not necessary, but certainly appreciated. Have a great day, everyone.